Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Bocanegra and today I'm going to explain you something about irregular verbs. This is digital presentation for Instrumental English 2 with the teacher Nayeli Hernandez. Let's get started. Table of contents, we will see what is a verb, the pronunciation of irregular verbs in the past, how can we learn them, activities, the conclusion and the bibliography. The verb. What is a verb? There is a question. For example, the first definition is a word that characteristically is the grammatical center of a predicate and expresses an act, occurrence, or mode of being that in various languages is inflected for agreement with the subject, for tense, for voice, for mood, or for aspect, and that typically has rather full described meaning and characterizing quality, but is sometimes nearly devoid of this, especially when we use as an auxiliary or linking verb. Yes, that is the definition of a dictionary. And here we have another one, the word or phrase that tells what a person or thing does. Yes, exactly. What the verb is what the subject is doing, and even the verb gives us in what kind of time is doing. But what are verbs? Verbs are words that shows an action. For example, sing, occurrence, develop, or the state of being, exist. Almost every sentence requires a verb. The basic form of a verb is known as its infinitive. The forms call, love, break, and go are all infinitives, and here we have examples of actions, verbs in sentence. For example, Anthony is throwing the football. The second one, she accepts the job offer. If we see there are some difference between them. Anthony is throwing the football. Is throwing is the verb, and it means is doing right now. And the second one, she accepted the job offer. It means that she has already accepted. For example, yesterday, she accepted, and we add ed to the verb to translate to past. The pronunciation of irregular verbs in the past. When we speak in English, almost 70% of our verbs are irregular verbs, which means that we have to learn all the verbs so we can to have a good conversation. That's so true because if we want to be good communicators in another language, not only in English, we must learn some or a lot of verbs. The pronunciation of a irregular verb changes. We do not have to add an ed as in irregular verbs, sorry. Sometimes the form of the verb is completely different than infinitive form. To create irregular verbs. Well, what happened here? There is no rule to create an irregular verb in the past. You must learn them, as I told you. Yes, because the structure of the word is the first one to infinitive, the second one and third one will change sometimes. In some verbs, that structure keeps the same structure for every kind of time, and we will see right now. For example, how can we learn them? Well, we have infinitive, past, and past participle. For example, here we have hit, it means golpear. In the past, it will be hit. In the past participle, it will be hit. If we see, we have the same structure for every kind of verb. For every verb is the same. Every kind of time. Hit, hit, hit. Those are verbs that we can learn so easy because, as I told you, the structure doesn't change in every kind of time and is the same. Hit, hit, hit. If I want to say yo lo golpeé a él, for example, it will be I hit him yesterday. And it means that it was in the past. In the second one, fit, fit, fit. Split, spit, spit. Knit, knit, knit. It's the same. If you see, it's the same structure, the same kind of word for every kind of time. And we can learn them so easy. But what happened with the second and the third forms of verbs? If we see here we have, for example, lose, but in the simple past it will be lost. In the past participle it will be lost. It means that in simple past or in past participle it will be the same, but infinitive don't. In infinitive is a kind of word, and in simple past and the past participle it will be the same. Lose, lost, lost. Shoot, shot, shot. Get, got, got. Leicht, lit, lit. It's the same structure in simple past or past participle for this kind of words or for this kind of verbs. So there is another kind of group, the third verb. And I think this is the most harder verbs to learn, because in every kind of time it will be changed the structure. For example, in infinitive we say drive, but in simple past we say drop, and in the past participle we will say driven. If you see, in every kind of time change all the word. So that's why you have to learn them, because here is the structure that you have to learn to can speak in English. And I think it's so easy learn them, the third group, because if we made a song, we will in proper English singing. For example, drive, drove, driven, ride, rode, ridden, rise, rose, risen, write, wrote, written. If you see, there is a rhyme in this song that I just did to show us that we can learn them so easy. It doesn't matter if it's in the third, in the second, or in the first group of verbs. But what happens when we want to teach kids? And to teach kids, in my own experience, I believe it's so difficult, but exactly that is what we have to do. Made us sing, or for example here, games in English. One of the best ideas for the little ones in the house to learn English in the most fun way is to opt for children's game. We can play with them trying to teach something in English. Even when they are talking, we must to show them what they can learn. And in another time, they will speak English. Another thing to do, for example, songs in English, as I just said. Music is always the most fun option. Singing over and over the songs of our favorite artists will make us familiarize ourselves with new expressions, and in this way, learn English is the easiest way. Exactly. If we see here, we have puzzles in English for kids, and it can help us to show them how to write in English. For example, boy, girl, sun, beach ball. There are a lot of kinds of things that we can do to teach kids. Another one that, and this is one of my favorite, reading books are one of the best tools to expand our language and improve grammar. We can choose the classic of literature like Romeo and Juliet, or Bed and sagas like Harry Potter, always taking into account our level of English. Exactly. If we are A1 in English, of course we are not ready to read Harry Potter because it will be so difficult. So we can improve step by step. Another one to teach kids is with this. Podcasts are one of the newest options for learning English. The Talks or the podcast that you will find on Spotify will be of great help to listen to the different accents in English, in addition to learning new expression that you use in your day-to-day life. Yes, of course, and it will help us to improve. And in my own experience, my favorite accent is RP. In conclusion, learning English makes you smarter. Yes, of course. In addition to all these benefits, learning a new language like English helps your brain functions in new ways, literally. Studies have shown that learning a new language changes the structure of your brain. But don't worry, in a good way. It means that you will be more smart and you will think a lot of things and your vocabulary will improve, your grammar, and even you will improve your culture because when you are learning a new language, you are learning about the culture where the language is talking and is speaking. So here I have the bibliography that you can consult every time. And if you have a question, just let me to know. And I believe this is all for my part. And it was so good be here in your class. So see you the next time. Bye bye.